All right, let's go. Let's get around the National here. Let's start with Jonathan Huberdeau, gentlemen. Having an unbelievable year. Record for points or assists by a left wing that he set last night. And the question I would have, I'll start with you, Jody. Do you think he's the most underrated player in hockey right now?
I'm going to say not.
Okay.
I'm going to say we've been talking about him all year.
All right.
I mean, he has elevated his game. He's having a breakout year, but I don't think he's the most underrated. I think he's a guy that has arrived on the scene the last few years. He's an all-star. I love his play away from the puck. I love how he battles to get open. Like, he's not playing with Barkov now. He's on a separate line. He's with Giroux. Good things happen. You know what? He's killing penalties for the first time really in his career.
Yeah.
Started this year.
Yep.
So he's never really off the ice. He's got, I think, 3 shorthanded goals, 71 assists. And he's been the face down there with Barkov forever. So I'm going to say, no, he's not the most underrated player, but boy, he's one of the best.
He definitely is one of the best. I mean, establishing that league record for most assists by a left winger is off the charts, and pretty unique story. A guy that you know very well, right? Which you didn't want to say, but you certainly go way back. So maybe you can get into that, Shells, a little bit.
Which one?
Let's get into the Huberdeau a little deeper in it.
Well, I like what I like.
A bit of a deeper breakdown.
I like his battle. You know, top players have got to battle in all areas. And it's not just, we see the highlights in the offensive zone. We see what happens when you do put the puck in the back of the net. But he's a guy that, back in the defensive zone, he's there competing. He'll take the puck and make those plays through the middle of the ice. He'll get to the hard areas. It's not just a perimeter player. And, EJ, you and I were talking about this before. And we see you're on there, too, actually, on the call. And you have to respect that from these top players, You think of him, you think he's a perimeter guy who gets the puck, collects the points, and then he goes off the ice.
Look at this play right here.
Getting his nose dirty.
Into the battle. He's in the
front.
And then look at that. Here you go. There you go. Take a slash. Get in my face. Come on. You want to fight?
He might have drawn a power play there, too.
Totally.
And that's Blake Coleman there that he's getting in his face.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I love about this guy this year. And I think that's what people miss when we've had these articles and people break down the numbers every which way to Sunday. And there's a stat, as you mentioned, for everything nowadays. Yeah. But at the end of the day, and you guys lived it, you played it, you got to get in the battle.
You have to.
He drags that game against the Calgary Flames. He dragged those guys into the battle because Calgary came out in that game. They wanted to kind of show who they were. The Florida Panthers all year long have been trying to send a message who we are. Jonathan Huberdeau has led by example and has been in that battle night after night after night. So for me, I'm really impressed with what he's done this year. I don't know if he's going to win the Hart Trophy or not. There's a lot of great candidates. But for me, he's a finalist just because of not just the points. He's going to have more than 100. But all the other things that he does. And that was a great example against the Calgary Flames. And that going in Blake Coleman, that's no joke.
Exactly. Right? No, I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more with both of you. I think that his ability to impact the game is well documented. But it's a lot of these different things that we're showing you, as we showed you there. The intensity, it's making the reads. Is it a subtle pass? Yeah. Are you shielding off the defender? Are you backing the defender down, Shells, as you said? Is it a little bump pass? They'd be able to compute all of those things at speed in a speed league right now, and especially because he's not a burner in terms of speed. So what's really impressive to me is he's able to disseminate all the information that's on the ice, compute it, and make the right read almost every time.
That's a really good point.
That's impressive from him.
Because if you look at a couple of those highlights, Reinhart's got his stick off to this side, and that's where he shoots. He understands. Yeah. Duclair's got the speed. If he's out there with Duclair, there's something going on with him. He gets it in that area. So to compute at a high level with that at that rate, 71 assists, they're earned.
Yeah, totally.
But he's put himself in that position. So, tremendous amount of respect for what he's done. He's driving the engine down there. And when you're on the bench, I don't care who you are.
Yeah.
And you're sitting there. I'm good at this. Sitting there. And, you see him battle like he did in that Calgary Flames video. Where you're like, that's not, I can't take a float through. That's right. I better go put my nose
player.
True.
When you have those things happening, I've had some good coaches say, no one's going to be better than your best players. No one's going to outplay your best players on your team. And when your best players are doing things like that, that's when you have something special.
Yeah, I agree. And, listen, you did this good on the bench. you were on the bench.
Yeah,
that means a lot, right?
Yeah.
I mean, a lot
Someone
of
had
us
to be
were
good at
watching. I was paying to get in to see it. So, hey, don't ever undersell that. You played for a long time in this league.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Great job. You know, a lot of times coaches say, we're trying to play the right way. We say it on the show all the time. Everybody says it in hockey, trying to play the right way. And we talked about it today, Jody, and you wanted to give us a few examples of what it means to be playing the right way. So I cede the floor to you.
All right, thanks. Well, I think we hear that a lot, right? Play the right way. What does it mean? And you hear players in interviews say, well, we just got to play the right way. We got to make sure we're above the puck, and we have to support each other. And I just thought we could pick through a couple videos.
Take your time with it. Do it. Take your time. Drive the bus. Drive the bus.
Take a look at how some things go. And all right, you see Marner there calls offside. Okay. This is a pretty good play here from the high-flying Toronto Maple Leafs, and I thought I was impressed here. Their forecheck is one thing, right? You can see Austin Matthews in there getting on it, but there was a Marner play in there, too, that I really liked. This is Calgary. Okay, let's get to this one. This is last night, I think. Yeah. Big battle in the corner. You see what happens here? Now, if we look at all the battle, the white jerseys are going to get up. Keep an eye on Calgary. They don't back off. They keep that puck in the zone, and you stay 5 guys together. This is neutral zone play. The Wild. Greenway on the backside of the puck there. Good support. Yep. You're right there up and in the face of the others here. This is the Rangers on the back check. You got 3 guys there breaking it up, going the other way. Those details. Getting back. You talked about the Calgary Flames being back. I love this. This is last night, the goal. Everybody's down low for the Pittsburgh Penguins, who arrives on the scene. Kirill Kaprizov. That's how you beat the defensive zone play. So it was quick. It was a little bit rushed through there, but you could see. Above the puck. That means if I'm on the forecheck, I'm not going to bust past you and end up on the end boards. I'm actually going to slow down and let you stay below me because my net's down here. Back off a little bit. Get in the battle, support each other, and D up. So there were some examples. It was pretty quick through it, but next time I'll draw them up for you.
No. I like that because you're speaking of it from the forecheck side, and a lot of what you said through the videos is on the defensive side of the puck as well. So you have to be on the opposite. You have to be beneath the puck if you're defending.
That's right.
Right. You always want to stay beneath the puck, and you know this from all your coaching too. And that's what requires a lot of discipline because the tendency for a lot of these offensive players is to let me go, let me start galloping.
Yeah.
Right. But it's having that patience. Just stay beneath the puck a little bit longer. And the crazy thing is, all the videos that you just showed are all good teams.
Yeah.
They're all top tier teams.
Good matchups this week. They were just this week.
Absolutely. So you see those habits. Those are all playoff clubs, and you see those habits that you just showed on the video. It only further exemplifies that much.
Like in the D zone, the thing I used to tell the kids was, let's have as many bodies between the puck and our net as possible, right? Yep. Like, let's keep the puck. If we're defending, you have our goalie. We have our layers, right? Your defenseman, your forward. If you stay on that right side of the puck in the D zone, which is underneath, then you make guys work.
Totally, make them earn it.
Make them work.
Absolutely.
There was a clip there with Austin Matthews where he goes up into the zone, and the forecheck, you could see the players coming out this way. He doesn't go in and engage because he's the high forward. He stays above the puck and kind of matches their speed.
Steers.
And this is in the offensive zone.
Yeah.
So these are the good habits that, there's not a recklessness to their to each zone. They understand that, hey, I have to stay above. That slows this guy down so that the wingers, other guys,
so everybody's in the right, and the gap is in a good spot.
They can get back. Because slow him down a little bit.
The worst thing you hate seeing is when those plays off the rush where the D have to back off. Everybody says, well, the D has to stand up, but the D can't stand up at the blue line if the forwards aren't back checking and creating that kind of squeeze in the neutral zone. If you don't get that, the defenders back up, guys are coming with speed. As a goaltender, very difficult as that angle is changing very quickly as these guys could snap it off.
Totally. Here's the worst part. So it kind of ties both things in and what you guys are discussing now with the goaltending and how you defend and how you make plays. When the red light goes off in behind you, in this case me or my teammates, it's never a good feeling. So guess what? That means you got to go get another one. So why don't we limit the amount of times the red light goes on and behind us? Let's defend well, as you're saying, defend in layers, have all the good habits, and guess what? Now we get to play with the puck more. Now we can make those plays offensively.
Great concept.
It's a great concept, but
it works.
Hey, listen, you mentioned Jared Bednar, who's done that in Colorado. Daryl Sutter's done that up in Calgary this year. For years now, John Cooper's done that in Tampa. Of course, we see what Mike Sullivan's been able to do with Pittsburgh. And, the thing that you're seeing Chief Berube and St. Louis. And the thing that you're seeing with that is all those are top-tier clubs.
Yeah.
So the proof is in the pudding. You know what I mean? Like, we're now at the point we're April 1st. The regular season goes till, what, May 2nd or so?
Right, the end of April.
You don't want to be one of those guys with a fruity drink at the bar watching everybody else play in the Stanley Cup playoffs, right? You want to be, you know, you want to be in the battle. And the teams that do these things well often are.
Yeah. So there you have it. A little bit of a note there on playing right.